Everybody wants it to continue to be a show and not really show facts as it relates to what's really going on in our township.
And here we go, another contentious night for Tiffany Henyard at the annual Dolton Township meeting. Henyard is township supervisor, but tonight she was challenged by board members and the public. She was booed loudly at several points during tonight's meeting. Henyard said it's not fair for residents to ask so many questions in the township when she says they don't ask them in other communities.
This meeting was a hot ghetto mess, but she's Tiffany Teflon Tahoe. Of course, she's not going to ever take accountability, and her excuse is every ounce of criticism is because she's black. Several times throughout this Dolton Township meeting, she was booed, like here.
What I will say is people that sit on this board, and I'm speaking of Trustee Gonzalez that just spoke, and said nothing or did nothing when Frank Zuccarelli was the supervisor. They not
Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it down. I appreciate you guys. Let her finish. So y'all it's okay.
Frank, who she's talking about, is the old supervisor for Dolton Township, a guy she supported and was all under him. He was supposedly her mentor, and she was riding with him. Lately, though, she's been trying to throw him under the bus, saying nobody criticized Frank because he was white, and she's only being criticized because she's black.
I am a black single parent, and I get beat up on every day because y'all want what Frank Zuccarelli had. He been there for 30 years. 30 years, I ain't see y'all question none. I ain't see y'all show up. I ain't see y'all make no noise about nothing that been going on in this township. It's a lot, but no one said nothing. Everybody was sitting on mute, but now all of a sudden everybody got something to say. Why? Because the person, the little engine that could got the seat. The one y'all didn't see coming got the seat. I understand. People get upset because when it's not the typical way, and it's a way that God, because only God can place you where He wants you at. No matter what y'all trying to tear down, you can't tear down something that God gave to you. So that's what the issue is right now. So this is my way of trying to educate the public or people here.
Up there with all that baby bop bimbo babble talking about she's educating us. Okay. Frank, the former township supervisor, he died. That's how she got the position. It was sudden and it happened during his term in office. So she was appointed by the Dolton Township trustees to take the position. At the last two meetings in Dolton, she's been bringing up allegations about Frank and said no one was talking about him. And here's further proof that this is the biggest idiot ever. Tiffany Tahoe, no one is talking about Frank not because he's white. They're not talking about him because he's not in office anymore. He's dead. Right now, the focus is on the current supervisor of Dolton Township that's alive, well, and breathing, stealing all the money and refusing to show receipts. That's you. But to continue to bring up this man who died and had the supervisor position before you as some sort of excuse for your own behavior is absolutely crazy. And then over and over, this lady, she said that she's being criticized because she's black, trying to get sympathy because she's a single mother, bringing up religion like she's a saint and everybody else is the devil, and even saying that she was Dr. King's dream.
This is going to be Black History Month, right? Y'all all say Martin Luther King had a dream, but guess what? I am the dream. So now I need you guys to stand with me and help me.
I'm basically fighting against the devil, the evil spirits. I'm the good spirit, they the evil spirits. I am a black single parent. So this is what it's all about, guys. They don't want a black person in power. They don't want a woman in power. You know, if you ain't seen that yet. And someone so young. Everybody gotta understand, God give you what you can handle. That's what God give you. He ain't gonna give you more than that. As long as you can stay the course, fight the fight, and keep going, that's what we're gonna do here at Dolton Township. And we've been doing a doggone good job.
From Mayor Pork Chop to Pork Chop Preacher, I guess that's what she can do after this is all over. That's if her sentence in the federal penitentiary isn't that long. Or maybe she'll become a prison pastor. Every single excuse is because she's black. So let me get this straight. You leased a $150,000 Tahoe without the trustees' approval.
You're making decisions and spending money and then get mad when we don't approve it because it's not financially sound. I sat here and looked at a lease that y'all's paying $149,000 for one of them trucks. You make absolute, that's like when you 19 years old and you go get a car and the interest rate 27%.
You did that because you're black, huh? You disrespected Alexis Wilson and buried her story.
I wouldn't trust this woman if she stood on a stack of Bibles and had her tongue notarized. Not a damn thing she says comes out her mouth is true.
You sabotaged several business owners in Dolton, most of them owned by Black men and Black women, and told your staff not to renew their business licenses, not to give them permits, because they wouldn't allow you to extort them for campaign money.
Withhold building permits, business licenses to people that didn't donate to her campaign or just people she didn't like in general.
You did that because you're Black? You made a fake cancer organization saying that you will donate the money to those women and help them with their bills and wigs. Instead, you use your position at Thornton and Dolton to buy your own wigs and hire a glam squad. Then use the township money to pay expenses for that fake organization and funnel money from the township to that organization, only to use all the money on yourself and not help any patients.
Sorry, I apologize if I seemed irate. I had my radiation today. I have cancer. Of course I do. Tiffany stole money from a cancer foundation. How dare you? How dare you steal and I helped you with your campaign? How dare you steal from us? I had to buy my wigs. Are you going to reimburse me for the wigs that I've been spending my money on? Are you going to reimburse me? Let me know if I'm going to get my money back, Tiffany. Because I helped you with your vision to get in that seat. You told me that you was going to run and make a change for Dolton.
You did that because you're Black? You continue to spend millions of Dolton dollars on security to walk you around everywhere you go, paying them excessive hours and overtime, none of it approved by the board. At any given time, if there's 10 officers on duty, 7 to 8 of them are on her detail. They're with her, not patrolling the community. You're doing that too because you're Black? You fired other Black women because they don't agree with you or help you sabotage the residents. You're doing that because you're Black? You hired a bunch of criminals with janky backgrounds, like the one guy who's a registered offender, hired him to inspect the homes with women and children. Side note, I noticed you keep a lot of predators around you too, Tahoe. People out here taking draws left and right, folks out here accused of grooming, but I guess you have all these losers around you because you're Black? Are you constantly locking Black residents out of their own village hall because you're Black? Are you refusing to show receipts that's public information to the trustees, the residents, because you're Black? It's been over 8 months since she locked the trustees out of the financial records, and she's acting like she's getting picked on, out here using the township and the village bank accounts like they belong to her. You know, her own personal ATM. She's doing that too, I assume, because she's Black. As you can see, this because I'm Black excuse is tired and through. And this is why they keep booing her. The residents are sick and tired of the excuses and her using because she's Black as her defense.
Greetings, moderator, Madam Supervisor, trustees, administrators, and residents. Once again, this administration seems not to care about the dissatisfaction the people of this township has against the supervisor and her staunch opponents. You would have thought that voting down the health referendum for a second time would have made the message clear to this administration. But yet the supervisor has made it clear in her own mind in the last meeting that we are the ones that are wrong. We have been called brainwashed.
It's a shame that people are so brainwashed,
hoodwinked,
and
led astray. And she was bold enough to talk to residents that live and vote here as if they were subjects under her rule.
That they will sit here and say, oh, I'm glad we voted down. That's a shame. I feel bad for you. You should be ashamed that you are sitting here commending something that we need for our Black and brown communities.
No, Madam Supervisor, we are not brainwashed. We are fed up. Nobody said that we didn't think mental health was important. We just don't trust you to fix it. Now, in the last township meeting, we talked about this township still having a mental health service.
Does not mean we do not offer those services to Thornton Township residents. We do. Prime example, case and stuff. We had an incident with Calumet City, the Chargers, the football team. They went to a game. A whole shooting happened right in front of our kids' eyes. Guess who they called? It wasn't the mayor. It wasn't any of the mayors, for that matter, that signed that letter saying don't vote for mental illness. They called who? Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. And guess what I did? I pulled up, showed out. I made sure everybody got therapy. Every single kid to this day still get therapy.
I just asked about the budget, and I didn't get a clear answer. Can you provide the name of the person who leads this program?
No.
Where's those receipts?
Are they qualified to be mental health service providers?
Somebody have answers? It's questions and comments. I'm gonna clear it up one more time. Questions and comments.
This is not Q&A.
Your original agenda.
Where's the receipts?
Questions and comments. You need to learn your
Okay,
job.
all right,
It's public
never
comment.
mind, never mind.
Where's the
If
receipts?
you would not like to answer, I understand, because you don't want to answer to anybody, because you feel like you don't report to nobody when it concerns your decision.
You're gonna report to jail soon.
Refuse to play your game. And even though you have trustees and administrators who support your obnoxious actions, and trust me, their day is coming as well. We will not support your intentional splurging of township money to destroy Dolton. We will not support your efforts to subvert democracy in that village, and we will not support your scandalous conduct as the mayor of Dolton that used the police force as a Gestapo unit to terrorize.
There you go.
You out of all people as a black woman should know better. The people of this township stand in solidarity with our fellow township residents in Dolton.
Thank you.
You have done nothing to build a true relationship with the residents. All you have done was feed your ego. Proverbs 16:18 states that pride comes before destruction, and an arrogant spirit before a fall. And what you witnessed last Monday was a sign of things.
Look at her laughing.
Rules without relationship breed rebellion. And before any former or current employees of this township come up here and talk about me,
12,700. Hit that
just
like
let them
button.
know that I was hired here without a criminal record. Justice for Christopher Moore, justice for John Davis.
Where's the mugshot, Tiffany? Yes, sir.
As you can see, the residents are sick and tired, and no one is coming for you because you're black, Tiffany Tahoe. This resident here said it best.
From an IT background, I'm a computer nerd. There is no excuse that we shouldn't have that information available to people so that they can review it in advance and come to a forum like this prepared. And that's just a reflection, and it's not because you're a black woman. That's not what, I grew up, I was in IT in a white world. I got picked on, I was a single black mom, all those things. It's not about that, it's being accountable.
See, before these meetings, the public, the trustees, everybody, they should already have the financial report. So when they come to those meetings, they can be prepared. What the resident right here is saying is that the information was not given out like it was supposed to. And no, I'm not surprised that this is happening over at Thornton because she's doing the same thing in Dolton. So the resident, she has an IT background, and she was saying there's no excuse for them to not be able to have those numbers ahead of time. And she was saying it was not about the super mayor being a black single mother.
I am a black single parent.
She said it was about accountability.
I was a single black mom, all those things. It's not about that, it's being accountable.
Whatever, I do what I want.
Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about all of this below. Special thank you to Outcast94. I appreciate you for all of your support, as well as William A., SGI Measuredman, Marlon, Creed, and John C. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.